Gauteng coming top of the class in 2018 if we look at provincial results. Let's just run through some of their achievements. 8 out of the 10 top districts come from Gauteng. It was the top province in terms of the overall pass rate, 87.9%, up 2.8% from 2017. And listen to this, Gauteng achieved a pass rate of around 72% when it comes to progressed learners. Now these are learners who failed not once but twice. South Africa now has a policy to try and push those learners through. They get to grade 12 and look at this, 72% passing, showing the benefits of supporting those students and giving them, I guess, a chance still to show what they can do in that final year. We're joined now by the MEC Panyaza Lesufi. MEC, so A+ for you.
No, it's encouraging, I must be honest, but it's a beginning. Our education system is way behind. We have to push it. It's an uphill task. It's just that South Africans have not accepted that where we are, we're not supposed to be there. We started at a very low base. It's only after 1994 that we had to do so many things within the short space of time. We have to pass legislation, we have to introduce new curriculum, we have to build new schools, we have to eradicate infrastructure. So it's only now that we are dealing with the task of education, which is 25 years later. So we're catching up on lost time, but I'm thrilled with the results.
So you're raising some concern, but this is so good, 87.9%, an overall good pass rate. Is there any concern we should have about the standard of that pass?
Well,
or is it good?
You can't find fault in those standards. Out of the 84,000 learners that wrote Matric in Gauteng, 41,000 got bachelor passes, almost 50%. So I can fill all the universities with first-year students, with the students that came from Gauteng. Check the bachelor passes, check the distinctions. No one is catching up on distinctions in the country. So it's quality pass. The only thing that makes my heart to melt, to be quite frank, is the dividends we are reaping out of township education. These results belong to township schools. Analyze those township schools. People who said township education has collapsed. We spent 4 hard years reinventing that township education. We introduced ICT, we built new schools, we retrained teachers, we invested in devices, we invested in LTSM, that is your textbooks, and the results speak for themselves. If you can check how many township schools have given us 100% pass,
that is wonderful.
It's a demonstration that we are normalizing the education system, and I'm proud. And as I said, these results don't belong to me. They belong to the principals, they belong to the educators, but most importantly, they belong to our staff members.
Tell us more, because that seemingly that model should be copied by other provinces who are now trailing behind. Give me an example of a school, say in Alexander, 5 years ago, and now. What's the difference?
There is a school in Tembisa called Bitumelo. When we invested on ICT, they were at 64. Today, when I saw the results, they're at 94%.
Sure.
From 64 to 94% within 2 years. There's a school in Sidibeng in the Vaal. They were at 54%. Today, when I saw the results, 100% pass. There is a school in Western called Raymond Mhlahaba, where they are 100% pass. All these schools are in the townships. We are thrilled because we have to do that. Remember, our country will never prosper if we can't get education right. If we can't get education right, we can't get the skills right, we're not going to get the economy right. So we must not get tired. And where are the majority of our people? They're in the townships. So I'm really thrilled with the belief that I had and the support that I got from the township principal. I met them, all of them, all township principals. I said to them 3 years ago, it's in your hands. Let's pull this machinery together. And today when I saw the results, I'm going to meet them early next week. I just want to say thank you to them, because no one gave them a chance, no one gave them support. We all felt that township education, that's the end. People are migrating in the morning in kumbis and buses looking for better education. Those kumbis are now turning back because quality education is closer to where they stay.
Do you think it made a difference that you believed in it?
I believed in them. I really felt that if given support, they can give us the results. And they're giving us those results. I mean, in Gauteng, almost 82% of our schools are performing between 80% and 100%.
Yeah.
That you will never get that anyway.
Tell me more, what do you mean by ICT? Because years ago there were reports of iPads being stolen. How's it all going to work? What do you give the students to learn? Is it a central thing? What infrastructure is there now?
These results are my answers. The critics that were saying this thing does not work.
But do we have iPads? Do we have fixed computers? Do we share computers? How does it work?
It's one classroom, one smart board. So there's no chalkboard. There's a smart board. So if you want to see a volcano, you don't have to imagine it. The teacher pointed there, boy, there is a volcano.
And how do they connect? Wi-Fi?
It's connected to fiber. We invested in huge fiber. So it's connected to Wi-Fi. So it's one classroom, one smart board, one teacher, one laptop, one learner, one tablet. In all our township schools, especially at grade 12s. We started with grade 12s, we went to grade 11, and now in grade 10. We want to roll it until grade 8. That's the way the world is going. We are going towards the fourth industrial revolution. We must take those things. Check, it does not mean that there are no problems. There are problems. Learners get marked. These boards are stolen. But you can't postpone the future of our children because we're scared of criminals. Do you stop using your cell phone when you are marked and cell phone is taken? You get another cell phone. Continue with your life. Go to every house. When you arrive at your house, the first thing you look at is a television set. It's still there or it's stolen. If it's stolen, do you stop watching television set? No, you get another one. Yeah. So these things happen.
The fear was that children would be targeted. Is that not happening?
It's not there. It started, but it's there because people are aware that this is their future, this is their children.
Yeah. Progressed learners, that's so interesting and such a good pass rate. And it seems to me that the national department is trying to put pressure on provinces to support those progressed learners because it's part of your overall pass rate.
We took them to camp alone, 3 camps, camp in April, camp in June, and camp in September. It's a huge cost. We spent almost 220 million on the support program for these learners. And just check the bachelor passes that came from those. I mean, these learners, they also give distinctions. And these are learners that we said they failed. Because a second chance twists the mind of a learner. They know they failed, not once, but twice. And when you push them to Matric, they're the first one to be committed. And for us to achieve 72% of learners that should be asking for social grants, or learners that should be asking for RTP houses, or learners that should be in prison, for us to take these learners to university, it's a good story to tell.
This is incredible to me because it seems like that little bit of personal encouragement, you personally being on the ground, people taking interest in these learners and their futures, it means a world of difference.
But we have to bring everyone to the center and push them towards excellence. And that's what we've done. Everyone is now at the center. We need to push them to... Remember, these kids are competing with the best in the world. These kids are competing with somebody that they have created Uber. They have to do that. But if we can't get the education space right, we'll continue to consume from other people. So the sooner we put them in an innovative stage, the sooner we recruit the best teachers, the sooner we have proper infrastructure in our school. We must not in 2019 still have learners that can't go to the bathroom because the bathroom is in the bad state. We must not have those things. We must move towards excellence in everything that we do. And I'm thrilled with the results that they're giving us those things. But I'm not happy because we are still far from where we want to be. Our education system needs to improve and need to improve at a faster pace.
Well, some people think that you are passionate. Some people think maybe you're overzealous about cutting down the inequality in education in the different schools, the private schools versus public schools.
Inequalities in our country were man-made, and it needs a person to reverse them. You can't leave these inequalities and say that God created. They're not. Should I be happy that white teachers are teaching white learners? Should I be happy that black teachers are teaching black learners in this country? If you are happy, don't count me in that happiness. All teachers must teach all our children, regardless of where they are. And until we get that right, we're not going to be having a proper education system. Remember, we paid a price for this thing. When, after 1994, we had a choice of a long route or a short road. And we took a long road. And what was going to be a short route? To say, during apartheid, we were taught by good teachers. Go to the township, be taught by bad teachers. Those that were in the township, come to the urban areas, be taught by good teachers. Would have resolved the problem. We should have said to you, keep your children for 4 years at home. We are changing the infrastructure. We are retraining the teachers. We are changing a curriculum. Only after 4 years, we should have done that. We didn't take that route.
That would have been a hard choice.
That I'm
4 years at home.
saying. We took a long route that will change the engine of the aeroplane while the aeroplane is flying. We'll train teachers during the day and allow them to teach the following day. We'll change the curriculum and allow teachers to implement that curriculum. We said, other people keep your resources, we'll share those resources as we move. And that's a long road that South Africans must appreciate and accept, that that particular road is a proper road and there was no alternative. And here we are yielding those dividends.
All right, final question, and then we'll let you go. Where is Gauteng going? Because, in fact, many thought that the challenges would be hard because there's so many people moving into Gauteng, massive urbanization, massive movement of peoples, foreign nationals. Where is education going in your province?
To me, it's a blessing. If people prefer to come to Gauteng, it's a vote of confidence. I will not turn them back. We have to work hard. Even if I had a kid in another province and I know this province is performing well, I'll take my child there. Yeah. Why should we stop them? So the future of Gauteng is on paperless classrooms. We need to ensure that we move with the times and ensure that our children are part of this fourth industrial revolution. We missed this opportunity. We have missed it completely. So I want to thank the leadership of the province led by our Premier. He has given us support. The ruling party in this particular province is giving us support, but most importantly, the companies that have invested in our education system. Samsung has a Samsung school in Gauteng. Nexa has a nuclear technology schools in Gauteng. There is a company that is the best in the aviation. They've invested in Gauteng. So we are moving towards that fourth industrial revolution. And we really believe that we'll move towards that direction. But as I said, this road is long, it's bumpy. This is the beginning.
I have to quickly pick up. So companies that want to invest, they want to be part of this, can they call you?
Yes. I've moved. I'm going to London. There is a company that wants to come and open a maritime school in Gauteng. We might not have an ocean, but they share our vision. We are using the Val Dam as a study area. So every company that feels that, and that's where we need to go. Not every child should go to a university. There are children that we can take and do this kind of education, and they can be best as well. So anyone that wants to invest in Gauteng, we are open for business.